Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Game Today with Claret and Malcolm. Me is Claret. I am Malcolm. Wow. We are so excited to bring you another episode. Guys, the best show on planet is back once again with a banger tonight after the Lakers beat the Pacers on a close one, 120-119. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, to share, to comment, to follow whatever social media wise on our Instagram and YouTube platforms. Thank you once again for supporting us. Thank you again for your feedback, and thank you for following and loving the NBA, the basketball, WNBA, March Madness, Olympics, everything, and for being with us on this journey. Thank you so much, guys. Before we begin, Claret, how are you doing?
Hey man,
Tell us.
doing great. You literally, I didn't even know we're gonna speak today, and then I'm like, damn, what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I'm in a good place for sure. Yeah.
Can I just say I like the yellow background? I don't know
Oh.
if they can see it on YouTube, but I like it.
Okay. Yeah. Good
All
stuff.
right, guys, there's only one place to start. The Lakers.
Lakers in 5. Okay,
The Lakers.
UFC.
LA came up with a close
Lakers in
one
5.
tonight. LA came up with a close one tonight. I watched this game from start to finish. I was in class actually the whole first 3 quarters. Even when I got out of class, I managed to catch the fourth quarter. No distractions. But this game was wonderful. It made me excited once again. I've been crying the past few games. We had lost 7 of our last 10 games. 4-game losing streak, 3-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak, and 3-game losing streak with LeBron back. So it was not looking really good. But you know how there's a difference between bad sign and bad game? Like, was it a bad game or a bad sign? I was sort of analyzing me to more of a bad game more than a bad sign. And clearly tonight's game proves how the Lakers are still a great team, with or without LeBron, with or without Austin Reeves' production, which talked about that if Austin Reeves does not play well, we won't go anywhere. But clearly, this team it's looking good. But let's start with the talking point, guys. Let's start with the topic, because the topic point that's going to come out of the game is LeBron with another buzzer beater, his 8th buzzer beater. I posted a comment on an Instagram platform on Sports Center that this is the GOAT by far 25 minutes ago, and it already has 1,000 likes right now, and comments are just crazy.
Oh.
Go check it out because LeBron is killing it. Let's show you the video because I don't want to explain what happened. Yet there's a video.
Well, if there is a video, then you don't have to actually explain because they will just.
Yep.
But as the video is going in, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir. Ask.
Can
you see my screen?
Just a second. I'm trying to see if they sent it my way.
Can you see it?
Nope, not yet.
You can't you?
I can't see. Well, I'm looking, but I can't see. I can't see your screen.
Okay, hold up. Let me repeat. Can you see it now?
Nope.
Oh, hold up. Guys, hold up. Just a sec. This is worth it. However much time it takes for us to get it. Can you see it now?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, how come? I can see it.
I'm just trying to see if I'm the one who is missing it, or when you do it, are you able to see our pictures on the side and then the big screen what you shared?
Let me see. Okay, let me see. Or maybe it's my laptop. You never know. Okay, let me stop the screen. Present, share screen. Let me do window. There. Can you see my screen? Now.
Nope. I'm unable to see it.
You know what? I give up.
No. Well, what we can do is you can try to explain what happened as I see if there is anything that I can do to like make sure that happens, that we show the video, because it's pretty.
You still can't see my screen.
Not really.
I give up. I actually do, but how come it was working but now it's not working?
I have no idea.
You need to be doing these things. You're the cameraman.
I, I
You're
the
the
problem
producer.
is you literally got me out of nowhere. I was like, damn, this guy is about to
Yeah,
explode.
man,
But
we had to analyze this, brother. People are looking for such games, bro. If we don't analyze such games, which games will we talk about? You know what I mean?
anyways, give us the analysis then. You know.
Alright, so guys, listen. The Lakers, bro. The Lakers, LeBron, okay. Luka came in, 2 seconds are left, no, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Luka threw a floater, he missed it, hit the rim, LeBron tipped the ball over and it went in. And obviously, if you like basketball, by now you've already seen the replay because it's at least 1 hour from the game. So I don't really need to share my screen, you get the point. But I didn't want to come and talk to you about what happened, about like LeBron's tip, because it was just a tip. I wanted to give you a whole picture of what of the time. Yeah, so man, which question did you want to ask?
No.
If I
Keep
remember.
going. There was
Yeah,
there was.
man, we knew that the Lakers have always been a really good. Hold up. Can you see my screen now?
Um. No.
It's fine. All right. I was saying the Lakers have really always been a really good clash time team. The Lakers, the Knicks, really the two best clash time teams. Now, of course, I think it's the Cavs as well with them. But we don't have enough clash time games. We either win it or we lose it by like we either win a game and or they lose a game. So this year really, but last year we had like 37 clash time games, and that's why we had a lot of clash time games to determine. It was a big sample size, but this year it's been a mostly we win the game comfortably or we lose the game comfortably as well. So we haven't really had that clash time game. So we had the Knicks game recently, like 2 weeks ago. Then we had this game as well today, and this game was really really good.
Before
But
you get into too much, I can see you've gained. I think I'm able to share the video now. I figured out
you
a
want
way.
to share it? You want
Yeah,
to share
you
it?
can, you can you can do the sharing again, and I'll help you do it from my side. I was still trying to figure out how to do it because I'm not my laptop right now. So
Can you see it now?
yeah, you should be able to show now. Yes.
Is that whose is that? Is that mine or yours?
The what? The video?
The video, yeah.
It's yours, but I tapped into your stuff and then showed it from this side.
Whatever. Anyways, let's play the final 13 seconds of the game. The Lakers are down 1 point. The Indiana Pacers have the ball. They only have 2 seconds on the shot clock. Now check. We play some good defense.
Throws up a shot, and it's rebounded by Luka. LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. Luka with two for the win. Tipped up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. He says, rack it up. LeBron James, not always there when you call, but always on time. They'll go to the monitor by rule because it went through the basket at the buzzer. They'll review it. That is the rule. If the ball goes through the hoop at the sound of the buzzer, it's an automatic review. One more look.
I thought he got it off Mark well in time, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's going to count. It's going to count.
The Reds. You saw it.
Yes, I did.
Did you hear when they confirmed the call ruling on the field is confirmed? Lakers back like it's a good basket. You hear that noise, bro? It felt like it was a Lakers arena, and yet it was actually a very loud Pacers arena, a very tough place to go to. The Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the Pacers arena, a very very tough place. But guys, I was so happy when I saw this. But for me, when I saw this, I knew it was in. Like first sight, I knew it was in. I didn't wait for the replay, and the ref on our line on like the nearest angle, he went like this. Yeah, he was like point success, like successful point. And if it was not basket, he would be like he'll be like that. But when I saw he was like this, I was like, yes, it's a bucket. Obviously waiting for the replay, and there we go. It's It's a win. It's a win. But this win is going to matter more, not just because we beat the Pacers, because we were up like 15 at some point, man. And I know it's a game of runs. The Pacers were up like 12 one time. We were up 15. Then we were down by 3. Then we were up by 8. Then again we came down to be 1. So it was really a game of runs today. But like I said, this is a game I actually wanted to see because we really haven't had any clutch time games. And the thing is that this is exactly what's going to happen in the playoffs. Most of the games you're going to play are going to be clutch time games. A lot of the games you're going to play, 80% of the games you're playing, hell, 80, man, 90% of the games you're going to play in the playoffs are going to be clutch time games, whether you lose or win. So I enjoyed tonight's game because an element of me whenever we're in a clutch time scenario, under 5 points, so a range of 5 points between you and your opponent, under 5 minutes to go. That's the clutch time. That's the clutch time definition. A feeling tells me that we're always going to win such games because of LeBron, and obviously now we had AD, now we have no AD, now we have Luka, but it was really in that clutch time, bro. Look, who's there? Give me a sec.
Obviously, as you can see, our host.
Go ahead.
You
know, these are just guys who are disturbing me. Anyways, like I was saying, Rui Hachimura hit two biggest threes, the two biggest threes of the game, and we went up, I think 6. And then what did we do after? We gave 3 straight big threes to the Pacers. It was crazy. It was a crazy emotion. But our defense was so much better, so much better. Like I said, if we lose tonight's game, it's going to be really tough because we really control the game, whether we're down, whether we're up points. But Rui Hachimura hit 2 big threes. Remember the game against the Knicks when Gabe Vincent hit those 2 big threes? That kept us into the game, went overtime. Today, that sort of big threes were with Rui. And just before those 2 big threes, we had 2 straight possessions where we created wide open threes. They blitzed Luka. Luka passed out to Austin Reeves. He missed 2 wide open threes in a row. And I was like, come on, Reeves. You got to make these shots in the playoffs. You got to make these shots. I don't care how, because he wasn't really good today. He wasn't good the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, that's the difference between a great player and a good player. A good player will go 0 for 10 in the first 3 quarters, but will shoot 6 for 7, 6 for 8 in the fourth quarter. You gotta make these shots. We survived today because when he missed those 2 big threes, the Pacers didn't convert them. So when the Pacers didn't convert those 2 positions, we went back down with Rui now. JJ Redick switched it up. He said, let Rui be the wide open man. Rui didn't have a good game as well. He barely had a shot. Not that he didn't have a good game. And then he made 2 big threes. He smiled, but we give up 3 straight threes. So Rui won us the game. That's what LeBron said in the post-match interview. But LeBron obviously tipped us tipped us the win. But I didn't like a couple of possessions in the under 5 minutes in clutch time. I mean, there was a time when Hachimura hit those 2 big threes, right? We give up possession buckets. You know what those are?
Yeah.
It just allowed them to come in, come into and score. And then we went down.
But again, I'm not gonna when it comes to that, I'm not gonna blame the Lakers because that's the game for the Pacers. The Pacers, the moment the ball touches the net, like literally before it drops, they have evolved and they have gone all the way.
I know,
it's their game.
But we were playing defense for the whole clutch time. But when we had to hit those 2 big threes and went up 6, they gave up a straight penetration for wide open. Yeah. Then they got the ball, we missed our shot. Then they came back, they scored another open. Then we got the ball, then they scored another wide open bucket. 4 straight position buckets, and we're like, what is going on? The game is not done. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's still 1.5 minutes left on the clock, and you're giving up possession buckets. They just let them pass, and Luka just let him pass, and Austin just let them pass. That's because we hit 2 big threes, and it was a 6-1 game. So JJ already called a timeout after those 3. So they sort of tied the game after those 3 sort of possession buckets wide open. We didn't do anything after Ruby scored the 2 big threes, and he called a timeout. And then we went to miss the shot. They came. They made a shot. It was a 1-point game. We went to miss the shot. They came. They missed their shot. That's the one that you saw Benedict Maturin miss. Then we got the ball. Then Luka 3-2-1 missed his floater. LeBron tipped it in and win. And I knew it on spot. In fact, I sent you the video. I was like, yeah, it's in. And And like I said, great players do what great things do. But Austin Reeves, you gotta make those shots in the playoffs, man. You gotta make them because you realize that haunted us against the Denver Nuggets. Those 2 games we lost. We lost 4 games, but there are 2 games where we should have won. We were good the whole game. Also, Anthony Davis was lights out, but when it mattered, we missed a couple of shots. And even the game we played against the Orlando Magic, we played better defense than against the Bulls. But man, we weren't making shots, man. Now the game against the Bulls, we were turning over the ball. You get it? Recently against Orlando yesterday, but one. We weren't making shots. I was even like, guys, do you even practice? You guys NBA players. I was like, we weren't making shots. Like you did everything right. We stole the ball, we blocked. We did better defense, but today's defense was definitely much better. We deserve to win tonight. Pacers deserve to play. They played well. They gave us a run for their money. I mean, the arena was loud and atmospheric and wonderful. But I enjoyed today's game, the clutch time. And now let me divert a bit from clutch time because all said and done, this is a point I wanted to make. In clutch time, right? Because people are going to judge us from the clutch time, right? Because that's why people think we won the game in the under 5 minutes. Bro, offensively, we didn't win the game. Defensively, we did. You get it? We are going to go into the locker room, JJ Redick, and he's going to be like, yes, you won the game. But what we did offensively, like, that's not tolerable. Like, we can't do that again in clutch time. We can't do that again against any other team. Because Pacers just didn't make their shots. Because we messed up offensively, but they didn't punish us on their offense. But our defense was absolutely great. I mean, there was a point, bro, you need to see, like, the highlights. There was a play.
I actually watched a bit of it.
We needed a defensive play. And then what's his name? Dorian Finney-Smith goes up vertically. Very big play on defense in clutch time. So we needed such plays. We played so bad. We played so well defensively. Now why am I highlighting this? It's because Lakers in clutch time is usually better offensively than defensively with AD, and LeBron. But now today we are so much better defensively, which is very encouraging. But in terms of the other game, I don't want to speak a lot on the Lakers, but I was impressed in terms of what we did defensively, especially. It was a game of runs. I think 11-0 run. We had a 14-0 run at one point. Timeout. Like a normal basketball game, you understand, A game of runs in and out, timeouts, half time. But we went up, Claret. We went up 2. We went up by 2 into half time. Guess what? After the third quarter, we were down 3. So again, the third quarter, again. I don't know what happens during
I think some teams are third quarter. Some teams are third quarter teams, other teams are fourth quarter temes, and I would consider the ALA team as a fourth quarter team.
But it's not
sometimes
good.
it backfires, but
it's not good to. It's not good to be like that in the third quarter. Maybe the first quarter, because realize we struggled so much in the first quarter last year. Oh my! Every time you come out the first quarter, we're down 20.
I want to educate you on something, Malcolm. Listen, before we even continue, I want to educate you something. You're the only one who is always preaching about and constantly screaming at me and scrutinizing me for living in the past. You need to let the Lakers from last year, from Denver years, go. You need to let them go. This is a whole different team, a new team.
I know, but some problems have carried on. Like
the coaching staff, the players, it's completely different. You need to let that go completely.
Yeah, like I said, I'm comparing to last year's Lakers because we played so well against the chicken nuggets. But a couple of moments, like man, people really look at the bigger picture of the game. But the problem is about basketball and the way they play it is when you have an offensive possession, and you don't score a point, and you go back on defense and you score a point, it's sort of like a 4-point turnaround, if that makes sense, because you've not scored and they have scored. So if you're up 6 and you go and you shoot at 3, you're up 9. But if you miss that 3 and you come back and they shoot at 3, you're only up 3. So you get a difference 3 and 9. The difference is sort of like
especially the fact that, like, in the NBA, the score is literally in your face. You can't look away because when you look at that thing, it's psychological. You feel it.
you can't feel it.
momentum just shifting away from
You
you.
can, and that's the thing about the fans. You feel the arena suck out the life of it, or
Yeah.
you can, like the Celtics alone. Recently, they've developed a bad habit of going up 22, 25, and every single time they are always in single digits by the third quarter. Somehow they always, so you can feel the fans getting uncomfortable, getting nervous every single shot, So you can feel it even in these big games of like clutch time, big games. So yes, that's the thing about the NBA. So like the couple of details, small details. I always talk about that thing that happened against Kevin Porter Jr. and Michael Gordon with Austin Reeves. He overpowered him. The ball was going out. Instead of Austin Reeves grabbing the rebound, he wanted to leave it. What did Anthony Gordon got the ball. Aaron Gordon, I think his name is. He got the ball, tipped it out to Michael Jordan, 3-point bucket. The same thing happened today. The ball was going out. I think it was Vando. He kind of left it. This guy got the ball. Now they scored a 2-pointer, but he was still up at least 4. But you gotta pay attention to these small details, especially in clutch time. So, like I said, we didn't play offensively well, and the best example I can talk about is how did the Warriors not beat the OKC? That game I watched was awful. Both teams were awful, like awful.
Like it's the same thing.
Awful.
Like I know that like now we are better in the fourth quarter than that time. So I can't compare. I can never go back to that year because that game was way too awful to even
That game
go
was
back.
bad.
She
was like 1 for 20. It was bad, and they still won.
I mean, because like both teams were bad.
So, they were bad offensively. They were so bad. It's like they're not NBA players. It's like they can't shoot to save their lives. But man, today I was impressed. The Pacers, man, they ran you off the block.
Let me tell you that this is why I say like the Pacers are going to be the again an upset in the Eastern Conference because their game is more. I'm gonna score more than you do, and when it matters the most, I'm gonna play defense.
Yeah.
Right? The other times I'm gonna just outscore you, but when
I'm
going to play defense.
Everyone on the Pacers
for the Lakers.
What?
It's a bad matchup for the Lakers.
Everyone on the Pacers can shoot at 3. Everyone can shoot at 3. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I talk about every time the Lakers is playing, like everyone is hyped up and they want to drop career highs. But today I saw and I was like, yeah, we deserve to concede those points. We deserve to be punished. We deserve to be, we deserve to, we blew up an assignment. We deserve to be punished. Yeah. But man, I'm looking at Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner. And when I look at Miles Turner, I'm like, bro, if you give Miles Turner to Lakers, oh my God, the guy is good. He can block.
They can't.
There was a position where he guarded Luka, like 5 seconds were left, and he switched on to Luka, and Luka couldn't get a shot clock violation. Everyone was like, yeah. I was like, this guy is good.
I mean, think about it.
All his threes, man. I was like,
the only people that Miles Turner struggles against are faster guards, right? Luka isn't really fast.
Yeah, Luka and SG aren't really fast. They really play on their own pace.
Yeah. But because of his size, if you keep him in front of you, you can't do anything. He's gonna block.
The Pacers, bro. I'm looking at how they do. Man, Haliburton is like tricky and shaky with his moves, in and out, crossover, behind the back. He crosses you over, he attacks the paint. He never shoots when he's in the paint. Like Trae, whenever he's in the paint, he's gonna float at you. Haliburton is kicking it out. And I'm like, okay, he's kicked it out. Oh, it's Obi Toppin. I can live with that. 3. Miles Turner, 3. I'm like, damn.
You cannot live with Obi Toppin.
Who is going to miss?
That guy is crazy.
I'm like, Obi Toppin is making fade away threes at his height. At his height.
That's
fading away from
Yeah. No, because I remember when he got drafted, the big question was, what is he gonna be? But I think he's turned around his career just because of that 3. Now, defensively, he can give you the size, and then offensively, he can give you anything you want.
Exactly.
Outside,
I mean,
it's crazy.
We are really struggling with that bench points, and I think us and the Denver Nuggets are really struggling with that bench point production. This goes back to why I want to talk about the Lakers, except the fourth quarter, what happened. But you look at the Pacers today, they had Maturin who had 22 points off the bench. for us, all our bench points weren't even up to 22, and it's really our starters are really carrying us. And now LeBron had a terrible game today. I mean, he didn't score until the fourth quarter. He was still under single digits, and Doris back. The whole point every time we had with a break, they're like, is LeBron going to not score 10 points? LeBron has scored at least 10 points for all these years, for 15 years. LeBron has banana. And I was like, what's going on? And it was getting scary, but obviously he went to the free throw line, got his 2 points, then he shot a three, and it was broken. But he didn't play well. Luke has been amazing from the 3-point line. Man, he's become like a 3-point shooter, you know? He's
you people
never been this good in
guys be
threes,
patient.
man.
You know, sometimes
He's making 8 threes a game. He's making, not attempting, he's making 8 threes. Today he was like 7 for like 10, 70%, if not like 65. Luke has really improved this three, and that is going to help us really. That is actually going to help us. But back on Miles Turner, man, I was impressed with this guy. Because if I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is actually like a KP to Celtics, like Nelson to Lakers. Like, that's sort of like, you know, KP can space the floor, Marstana can space the floor. Marstana can get you clutch time threes. Clutch time threes.
how many people you know how many people will trade away their pieces to get that guy.
Marstana. And I'm thinking, okay,
The market just a day, and you're going to
he's
see the
good.
broken.
He's good, man. And I'm looking, okay, apart from Marstana, who else could give me like maybe Ivan Mobley, you know? But I want a center now. I don't want any more like these guys want who are like Eddie, who can play center because they're tall but are really powerful. I want like a real center. Maybe a Zubac can give you 28 points and 12 rebounds, you know. But it's gonna be very hard to get Zubac without getting at least Hachimura out, you know. So
I still don't understand how Valanciunas went through the Lakers' hands.
yeah, Valanciunas, yeah.
He was literally the last center, yeah, who can actually shoot the three if you want him to, but
Who
his
was
presence.
above him? This guy in Bulls, Vucevic also. That
Well,
would also be good.
the Bulls won't give him up until you give like real asset. They have held on to him, so yeah, Vucevic is another one.
Valanciunas was the guy.
I don't think he's him defensively, in terms of rebounding and stuff, but he can stretch the flow. But also because he's a 7-footer, he doesn't have to jump. His presence is enough.
Yeah, man, Pacers, they remove. I mean, I probably would prefer Siakam to Turner, but I don't think I would prefer in Lakers at Siakam to Turner, because when the Pacers remove Siakam, then Turner becomes the center, and now he made a good block against Rui Hachimura. We could have gone up 8 points with under 2 minutes. He made a very good block. I mean, I'm looking at Turner in the Lakers as a center, and I'm looking, if we remove Turner and bring in Jackson Hayes, like we really don't have that athleticism lost, because he can also play above the rim. And now for him, he can even shoot threes, make his free throws.
Listen to me.
Whenever Hayes goes to the line, you're not expecting even 1 out of 2. The best you're thinking is 1 out of 2. Siakam, Turner can make his threes, especially in clutch time. I don't know why I'm so into like when it matters mostly. I really don't care what you do in the first 3 quarters.
No,
but in the fourth quarter,
when you get Miles Turner, I don't care which quarter it is. That man is gonna deliver. But
exactly.
Whatever you want him to do, he's gonna give. It's such a good pickup, and also he's a very good person. Just like
this kid who's a bit short in Pacers, who's white.
McConnell, TJ.
Yes, he was making threes, and he's not a 3-point shooter.
Hey man,
I'm just like, what can I do now? What can I do?
The only guy who beat the Knicks. He's the reason they beat the Knicks.
Yeah, he was actually.
Like you can't miss that 3-corner. Like he's gonna make it.
I don't like those teams where everyone can shoot a 3. I don't. Because it's so painful, and whenever Haliburton drives into the point, they're giving him advance. Whenever LeBron drives into the point, they're not giving LeBron and Luka calls. So it's pissing me off. But hey, I enjoyed Let's talk about Gabe Vincent, because he has been absolutely amazing this year. Not this year, but
you
January.
This way.
Give him. I swear, I didn't see this come. I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't.
This is what I always say, Malcolm. Yeah, but
you're right.
Shown to be great when it matters, they might go through a rough patch. right? But that is always inside them, it's within. It's not like it's like Gibson wasn't one of those guys where, yeah, I'm gonna motivate him tonight and he's gonna give me. He did it consistently for a whole year and then into the playoffs all the way to the final. Consistently is the. So if he gets hard or what happens, the moment he picks up and gets the same energy, he's gonna deliver the same way. But let's talk about the Pacers before we get out of here. Yeah, the Pacers we're looking at them and we're like, yeah, they can ball, but we're forgetting that their bench is stacked. Mothering is a bona fide star in the league if he was to go on a different team, right? But he is playing within a system that says the only way for you to get 20 and be the main is if you come off the bench. And he obeys that, knowing that he can go on a different team and be a starter. That's great right there. So, and now you have Obi Toppin coming off the bench sometimes, and then you have I think Nemhard is a bench player or a starter.
Nemhard, he's a bench player.
Exactly. So all those guys, they are young. They don't make a ton of mistakes, right? But oh my God, the phone is doing emojis every time I put my hands up. But I think they're going to be a big disruptor in that conference just because of their style of play. They will run you, they will make you tired, and they don't get tired because they keep running from the first minute all the way to the last minute. And we always criticize for the past 2 years, we criticize them for their defense, but they pick it up when it matters the most. Like they really play killer defense when it matters the most. But anyways, kudos to them. They delivered. It was a show. I did catch up a bunch of the game. I didn't finish the whole thing. But let me talk about the Lakers before we move on to other things. The Lakers have been great, but like you said, can they carry it for 4 quarters, 48 minutes? Because sometimes if you lose that first and second quarter, it might be the rest of the game and it's done, right? Regardless if you have Luka or LeBron. So when you drop those, because I've seen it with the Warriors, even when they were great, most of the games they lost, they struggled early or they dropped the lead in the third quarter when they had it all the way, right? So those ones can backbite regardless of the team, or unless you're the Celtics that can just shoot threes. But anyways, moving on, the Celtics on the very note, the Celtics lost Jason Tatum on an ankle injury. I don't know if you saw how it happened, but it was scary the way he went down. He was in a lot of pain. Do you think that changes anything for them going forward? Well, they already clinched their standings. They don't really have to worry about the standings right now, and they can win a bunch of games without Jason Tatum. But
yeah,
I was just be healthy coming back for the playoffs.
Oh, Tatum actually was asked today, how do you feel about your ankle? He said, I am actually feeling so fine. Like, I feel good. Because today he was having a podcast with the Kelce brothers, Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce. And he said, I'm feeling so great. And that's a good thing of being 24, is that you easily bounce back from these injuries. So, man, by the playoffs, will be way healthy. And, bro, let's face it, KP is back. So, the Celtics don't need Tatum until the conference finals. And I was telling my friend Andre today that no one is going to the Eastern Conference. Like, something needs to happen to the Eastern Conference because no one is going to the Eastern Conference until the conference finals, until Cavs Celtics. Everybody's going to be watching the Western Conference from round 1, from the play-in. Because play-in, look at the Mavs and the Suns and Kings are fighting for even just the play-in spot. So everyone is going to watch the Western Conference. But the East, something needs to happen because the Celtics can beat, back to your question, the Celtics are going to beat any team even without, as long as Jaylen Brown steps up, and he's always stepped up in the playoffs. So it's only if they can, if the problem is I cannot say if Tatum is not healthy in the Western Conference Finals, because that will be late May, and he'll be fine by then. If he's already saying he's fine right now and he's still March, he's gonna be fine by late May for sure. And if unfortunately it's not fine, or in a world where it's not fine, they can't beat the Cavs without Tatum. They can't. Because you talk about matchups now. That is when I can agree with the whole matchup theory. Because they'll be more dominant in terms of matchups. But he'll be fine by then. And even when he's fine, they can still beat the Celtics, but they can win a game certainly. They can win 2 games, but can they beat them in 4 games? Celtics at their best. Celtics with KP as well. I'm not sure I'm ready to sort of diagnose it in sort of the Cavs' favor yet. I'm still on the Celtics, and I get it. I guess it's what it's like someone with like recency bias will go with the Cavs because they played well, blah blah blah, 50 wins, but something like sort of like a it's predetermined bias from the last year and how they still are and what they can do. Jason Tatum can always give you 40 a night. Jaylen Brown can give you 20 a night. So you're looking at a place where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, their combination just alone can give you 70 points a night, even on a bad game. So the Celtics are good. Now, if they were in the West, it would be a different story. Just like you see the Nuggets are struggling without Jokic, But in the East, they are good. They are good without Tatum. And hey, Tatum is back. He's gonna be back in the next week. So I
Yeah,
don't really think it's a big deal.
it was just an ankle hurt. It's if you don't tear or sprain anything, it's always easy
Yeah,
to bounce. He's young, so and staying in the
yeah.
same
And you
conference
know what I would say? I would say if you injure both Derrick White and Jrue Holiday at the same time and they're off the whole postseason,
now, that's bad.
then maybe
Lose.
both of them now maybe
No, you lose.
maybe
There is no question you lose. It's because
yeah.
those are your backbone of the team. I like you might actually win the whole thing without Jason Tatum
Than the
than
other 2 guys out.
yeah,
Yep.
because
I
those
agree.
yeah.
I absolutely agree.
And
Because even now, the Tatumless minutes when they bring in Peyton Pritchard and somehow they still get points. Pritchard is in now. Is in even 6 man of the year running. So yeah, I mean, as players, bro, there's not so much a big players can do because we talk about LeBron and Luka. You're expecting 50, 60 points a night, and maybe very good night, you're expecting 70 points a night. So to win a game, you need at least 120 points, especially with the defense you played against the Bulls. You need at least 140 points to win the game. And LeBron is giving you only 25, Luka is giving you only 35. So that's only 60 points. So you need 80 points from somewhere else apart from LeBron and Luka. And if you can't defend, now that's what that's what who? Drew Holiday and Derrick White can do, then you can win a game. Otherwise, with the way we've struggled with that bench, brings me back one thing I want to finalize about the Lakers. Our bench today, they added up for 22 points. Now, Dorian Finney-Smith has been absolutely awesome with his defense, 11 points as well. Gave Vincent 6 points, but 6 points were 2 big threes in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes. You see what I said? He had 6 points in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes, but people won't see that. But if he made those 6 points in the first quarter and he didn't make them in the fourth quarter, everyone would be like, man, this guy did nothing. But like I said, give him credit. He did cardio last year, and this now is having a more impact on the team, Now we can say I won a ring if we win a ring, I was part of the team. Not being part of the team because your name is just there. For example, Maxi Kleber. There's even a minimum amount of games you need to play to win a ring, even if your name is there, So, but he's having an impact on the team.
will come in handy sometimes in the playoffs because he can shoot threes. They will face teams where they will need a big that can shoot. And like, for example, if you're matching up with a team like the Warriors and they go with Draymond, you don't need Jackson Hayes for anything because they're not that big. So you can Maxi Kleber that way. He has to pull out Draymond on the 3-point line, which is, But anyway,
and then can fist the paint. But even just to shout out Dalton Connect, only 3 points. But those 3 points, can you guess? Was a 3. When did it come? In the fourth quarter. What was happening? What were the events? The Pacers were gaining momentum. 10, 7, 4, 1 point game. Kick it out to Dalton Connect for 3 buckets. Timeout. Momentum destroyed from the Pacers. That was a big 3. But you look at our starters today, every one of us, every start of ours had double digits. Everyone, including the 11 points from Dorian Finney-Smith. We played with Luka, 34 points. Luka has been awesome. He's been averaging like 24 points in the first half, but averages like 6 points in the second half. I don't know why, for some reason. So he ends up with 34. But when you're in the first half, you think he's going to drop like 50. But for some reason, I don't know what's happening. But he's been amazing for the Lakers. Since he arrived in the Lakers, he's led the Lakers in the points, rebounds, and assists. So I guess that's good. But back with the Celtics are good. The Celtics are fine without. I mean, right now as I'm speaking,
they're all right.
they are blowing out the Thunder by 31 points, and he's not playing. So.
And that's where you start questioning. Anyways, let's not question Shane this per. But staying in the same conference, Damian Lillard with a blood clot like Wemby goes out probably for the rest of the season. That's pretty much. I was hoping that with him there will be some sort of noise from Milwaukee, because Milwaukee in a playoff series, they can hunt you down a little bit, right? But now that he goes down, do they even have a chance to make it second round?
I will say, yeah, he got. I think it's DVT, the vein thrombosis. He's been ruled out indefinitely. Probably is out of the play. He's out for the season.
No,
out of my playoffs.
It's out for the rest of the playoffs. You can't come back.
I traded him the moment I had those news. I traded him from my fantasy. So I was like, get out of here. But if I will say, if the Milwaukee can play like they played against the Lakers, they are good, because they didn't have them then. But man, the whole team was good, man. For some reason, every team plays so well against us. It's really frustrating.
No, I mean,
it's so frustrating.
The bigger the challenge, the bigger the motivation, right? So you would understand why.
100%.
Yeah, but I also think with the Milwaukee, when Bobby Portis comes back, they are refined. They are bigger. So I do think they still have a chance to do something, probably a second round top. I don't think they will get past that at least, but
they can't, because past that means you're going to be in the conference finals, so they can't be the Cavs or the Celtics.
I still feel bad. I still ask myself why they traded away Drew Holiday, man. It's just
obviously everyone does. I mean, Drew Holiday has 2 championships in the last 5 years, in the last 4 years. So everyone.
It's crazy.
But hey, I guess in terms of trades now, you can't be shocked about anything. At least the Luka trade has taught you that, hey, tomorrow you wake up and Steph is traded, and you'll not be surprised, At this point, nothing can surprise me anymore. Because the Luka's trade was like, at that surprise, like it hit the surprise up to now.
But anyway, before we get out of here, let's peek a little bit in the
March Madness. Yeah.
Juju Watkins got down. I was in tears. I was literally crying because I have waited for this moment where she comes into her own rights. Because last year she was just right there, but she just to see how it looks like on the mountain. So that when she comes back on the mountain, she's just gonna put a shelter out there and just leave there for the rest of the time. But now she goes down. Man, I don't even know. I don't even have what to ask you. You're just gonna say whatever you want. But I was crying. I couldn't focus.
Man, last year it was more of like a send-off for the injuries and Caitlin Clark, sort of that type of, can bring sort of like, okay, they are going, our stars are now out, they're going to the WNBA. So it was the headlines were still on especially Caitlin Clark. But Juju Watkins was also in the picture. But so we all knew she's going to carry the league when she left. Obviously, Paige Bakers was among them, but Paige Bakers had just recovered from her injury, her ACL, in fact, of 1 full year. And she obviously stayed after graduation for this year, and she's still there. But really, we were hoping on Juju Watkins to carry her, so everyone had their hopes. I mean, everyone had predicted the USC were going to play the UConn because they're in the same bracket, in sort of like the Elite Eight. But it looks like that is going to happen without Juju Watkins. I mean, I was sad, I was pissed, I was depressed because when I saw her fall down like that and hold her knee, I knew it was an ACL. I just knew, and then I knew, bro, because I've seen a lot of these things. I've seen a lot of my Man City. We have a guy called Rodri. He went down the same way, and for him, even walked normally. And Juju Watkins couldn't even walk. So Juju is probably out for 12 months at least. So you're hoping she's back for March Madness next year. I think she has strong bones. She's young, so she'll probably be back by then. But the moment she fell down, I went to media and I saw what people were saying. People were like that I think the defender for I forgot the team they were playing. Oh no, she injured her intentionally. And I looked at the video and like she didn't even touch her. She didn't even touch her. And then the people are like, because she's selfish, she doesn't want to kick the ball out. So there will always be those people. But she was driving into the pain and she tore her ACL, she ruptured it. And then I went nightcap and Channel Sharp was like, man, this looks bad. But let's just hope it's nothing. Let's just hope. And I was like, bro, it's an ACL. You can see it. You played the sports. He was like, no, let's pray it's nothing. Let's pray it's just a knee sprain. Let's pray it's just paining her. Like I was like, bro, it's an ACL. So I texted, guys, let's stop acting like you're praying. People are like quick recovery and then all that stuff, and I was like, bro, the quickest recovery she's getting is at least 8 months. So let's face it. This is an ACL. And then when the news came out by Shams, like they broke the news, and they were like, she has an ACL. I was like, you all also it, and all you all were like quick recovery. The quickest she's getting is at least 6 months. So it's sad because it feels like there's a part of March Madness that was gonna be amazing this year. With her coming up with Kiki Iriafen, who was traded from Stanford to USC. For USC was looking good against the UConn. Probably against the UConn, you don't anticipate an upset before like UConn's pathway and USC's pathway. But we have been robbed of something. Juju is out. Now, hey, who do we have to lean on now? Because who now? I mean, maybe Lauren Betts in UCLA, but she's a big. We want like a guard, If it's not Page, I don't really know who to lean on and to see and to watch. But hey, South Carolina is still in the picture, playing well. LSU is playing absolutely well. I can't wait for that as well. But yeah, Juju is out, guys, and yeah, I guess you're going to ask where does USC go from now? They ain't gonna win the thing because they were kind of the same favorites to win it, but they are not. They aren't winning it without Juju Watkins. If they do, then they'll have proven me wrong. But if you are better, I suggest don't put your money on them to win it anymore. If you had, remove it. But it's sad. She's their best player, averaging like 25 points, 2 blocks a game. So she's helping even on defense, not just on offense. And it's sad she's out. Prayers to her, quick recovery, Juju Watkins. We are rooting for you to come back stronger next year. And the good thing about nowadays, like in this generation, like the medical healthcare has really improved. You can have surgeries. Back then in the day, you get an Achilles tendon rupture, you get an ACL, you're out for like your career is done. But right now, 8 months, 6 months, 12 months, you come back even better, with our rehab and our technology and everything. So she's going to have one of the best doctors to work on her. The doctor who treated Kyrie Irving, the doctor worked on Kobe Bryant. So hopefully she gets one of the best doctors. This is just me reiterating phrases of what people said about Juju Watkins. But hey, quick recovery. And hey, man, it's basketball. Injuries happen, bro. Injuries happen. And it happens, man. It happens. But if you want to for me, I don't want to get injured. If I'm to be a professional player, I absolutely hate being injured. Like, even if it's ruling me out for 2 days, I feel so angry. Like, I can't imagine sitting, like, from the stands and watching my teammates play. Like, I can't. So, Jude hasn't just said anything. And you remember when Kyrie got his ACL, he came out and was like, it's God's plan, blah blah blah. It's what he says. I'm not angry, but for me, I'm like, bro, I'm angry because if I'm gonna get injured, please, not an ACL, not anything that needs surgery. So I know she's frustrated, but she won't say. She's definitely frustrated. These are moments you play for to be in March Madness, and you don't want to go down when it's time for March Madness. So yeah, prayers for her. Juju Watkins, if you're seeing this, we wish you the best and you'll be fine. We love you.
Anyways, people, have a good night. My devices are telling me to stop here. But yeah, it was the game today. Keep watching. The men's NCAA is coming. The second
Thursday, tomorrow.
Yeah, so you better watch out. We'll be covering them because now they have cut down a little bit, so we can try to, so yeah, Malcolm,
Guys,
it's not from my side.
Lakers, today, because today it's already past 12. Today we are playing the Bulls. We need our revenge. we need revenge. we need revenge. But thank you guys once again. Thank you, Claret, for joining us. Even if you weren't ready, I was just excited with the way Lakers played, with the way we won the game. Thank you again once again for seeing this video. If you've reached up to this point, it means you really love us. Thank you again for following us, for being with us, for your feedback, for your amazing love. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, to your friends, to comment, to and to follow on our social media platforms. Thank you guys once again, and good night from me.
Good night for
Peace.
you too. Anyways, I will see you in a couple more years. Well, did I say years? No, I was supposed to say a couple of days. But yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to be back. Good night from this side. People who are gonna join later, sorry, just stay tuned in, and I can't wait to to just say thank you. I think that's the word I was looking for. All right. Yep. That's it.